Hi, I'm Ricardo from JC Excavations. I'll be going through your basic operations for our Caterpillar dump trucks. This is a 740B tipper dump truck. Starting at the front of the truck, we're always checking underneath, seeing any existing leaks overnight, checking through tyres, hydraulic tank level, making sure you got the oil on the sight glass, suspension, checking both sides. Don't forget this side and the other side match the same. Tyre pressures, any bulges, before you go around to the articulation area. Articulation area, grease nipples, following them, knowing where they all are, checking your steering cylinders just here, making sure they're not leaking, looking at your suspension strut from the inside here, seeing if there's any leaks, if it is down on the level there. Hydraulic cylinders, checking the bushes here, make sure they're greased up, hoses, looking through the body, checking for damages, looking through inside this wheel. Then you're checking this tyre as you're moving along, checking for any bulges, major cuts in the sidewalls. Checking your chain for your tipper tailgate. Checking your centre bush there for your axles, making sure they're right. Checking your wheels, again, your tyres, bulges, cuts, inside the wall, and then again on your elephant's feet at the back. At the back of the truck, the elephant's feet, both sides. Dog bone, checking those bushes, making sure that you can't see anything out of the ordinary, torn or anything. Your reverse camera, make sure that's nice and clean and clear. Your lights, as you know, you get a bit of mud on the back, make sure you clean them so they're visible. Tailgate, clear from obstruction and not bent. And then you're moving around, you're checking the inside of the back tyres and then moving around to the side. Working our way around from the back, checking the sidewalls again on these tyres, same as the other side. Your center bush on your axle, your chain, your tailgate, your grease nipples on these cylinders, again, following through, looking at the cylinders, checking your elephant's feet, wheel chocks if they're based here or not, your hoses on your articulation joint all around there, your steering cylinders, your suspension strut just inside that on that angle, your grease lines, there is more on this side as well to be done, checking all your hoses and your back of your cab. Working our way around the front, we've got the steps, making sure they're clear, accessible. Suspension, like I said before, same as the other side, measure it, check it. Your front tyres, the most crucial and very important tyres at the front. Any damages, report it. Diesel tank, ground level fuel on the 740Bs. Checking underneath, checking for leaks again as you're coming through, just in case you notice anything else. Any damage in the front, lights, checking it underneath. So now you're ready to turn the isolation on and continue your inspections on the engine bay. Isolation door just located here on the left-hand side front of the truck. Make sure your isolator is on. You have also an e-stop at ground level. Know where your e-stops are. There should be one inside the cab and one outside. Checking your radiator header tank. Your coolant levels there, nice and clear. You can see on this one, but sometimes they are a bit dirty and not visible. Undo the cap if it's not visible while the truck is cold, and just use your torch and just check through the top there. You can see your level. This is the bonnet lift. Press and hold till the bonnet lifts up fully so that you can perform your checks properly. Checking the engine oil. Dipstick located under the airbox. Pulling it out, wiping it. Checking your dipstick level. Make sure it's on the full mark or close to it. Transmission oil dipstick check. Right here, the purple one under the airbox as well. Untwist it to unlock the rubber, locking. Pull the dipstick out. Checking for a safe cold start. Fuel water separator located right next to the airbox underneath. Now we've got the water separator bowl on the bottom. Using a phone torch, turn it on. Go in behind the fuel filter water separator bowl and see if it's crystal clear. That's when you know if it's water or diesel. Operator's manuals are sometimes behind the seat. Have a look at it, read through it and understand it. Risk assessments are behind the seat. Read through it, understand your hazards and sign on the back page. Once you're up in the cab, turn the reds on. Adjust your steering wheel to your telescopic length, your drivability, so you're comfortable. You're checking through your gauges, making sure all your gauges are working, full of fuel. This is the 740B dump truck screen. Use the information that's provided on the screen, go through it. All the information's there that you need, temperatures, settings, everything's in there. Go in the screen, go to your diagnostics in the service side of things. If you need to give the information to the mechanics for error codes, it's all in there. You can't affect the machine by changing anything in this screen. So this is the seat switch on these. Pushing it in, take the pressure off the seat to let it pump up to the right setting. Make sure you don't over pump or overinflate these seats so you don't break it. Adjusting it to make sure you're at the right rider height. Once you're finished doing your engine checks, put your bonnet back down. While you're in the cabin, check your mirrors, make sure they're adjusted correctly. If not, hop down and adjust it yourself. Using your UHF radio, make sure you're on the right channel, you've got the right volume setting, and you're crystal clear on the radio and your comms. Once all your checks are complete, ready to start, bin in, bin hold like I said before, gear stick lever in neutral, starting it up. Park brake switch is located right next to the joysticks. With your foot on the brake, the truck's still in neutral, flick this forward and push down. Now your park brake is off. You're ready to drive. Now before you drive off, make sure you remember put your joystick into bin float. Then it will change up gears. So your truck is ready to tip. Pull your lever back, making your bin go straight up. Once you've finished tipping, push the joystick forward and hold it twice for the first 3/4 and then let go, and the bin will start dropping down as you drive off, slowly in first gear. Press that yellow button for gear shift hold like I showed you earlier. That will illuminate the light on the dash. At the moment it's held first gear because I'm in first gear. If I press that button while I was in second gear, that will hold second gear as my highest gear. It would always go down to the lower gears, but 2 if I held second gear. That is ideally for your downhill descents or utilising your revs, maxing out your revs in that second gear to get your momentum for going up those steep hills with a load. Don't forget your retarder, utilising that down the hills and the different strengths that are on there. Once you're finished for the day, don't forget the battery isolator. Don't want the battery to drain unnecessarily. Go here, turn it off. There's no AdBlue in these 40-tonne dump trucks, so you don't have to worry about the AdBlue light, but be mindful on the 30-tonne dump trucks.